So we're back for more magic and theft. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fun is it working with this cast?
It's there's no scale that can account for like the amount of absurd fun we have on these movies. The director of the movie, we always say like the hardest job on this movie for the director is just like herding the actors onto the set because we really love each other so much. In this movie, there was kind of like a particular element that made it unusual, which was just that like the director wanted this movie to have all practical magic, that we were doing all of our own magic tricks. And so we kind of became like, as we are kind of like a family as actors, but we also became kind of like magic show-offs to each other, constantly practicing on each other, trying to trick each other.
Jack? What are you doing here?
Saving your ass.
Can we read?
Fanboy later.
Hi, guys. Hi. I don't know you.
Let's go!
What was your favorite trick that you learned, and what was your favorite trick you saw from the cast?
My favorite trick I learned by far was just this thing that's like a 2-second, it's called a snap change. It's so quick, and it looks, when you're watching it, it looks like something you may be able to pick up on in a few minutes, But it took like months to get this muscle movement correct. So that was like the most interesting thing I learned. Unfortunately, it takes a half a second long, so I can't like do a whole magic show out of it. The most interesting thing I've seen is Dom and Dave Franco can throw cards. And when I say throw cards, I mean like aim like, 50 feet away and hit something with a single playing card.
And out of your OG castmates, who are you calling when you pop a tire? Who's going to be there for you?
When I pop a tire, I'm not calling an actor. I don't know. Who would I call if I popped a tire?
If you were in a jam.
Well, Woody rides a motorcycle and a bike, and, if I really did pop a tire, in your example, which I know is a metaphor, I would still call Woody because he'd pick me up.
So, you recently shared news that you're donating a kidney.
Yeah.
And are you nervous for that procedure at all?
No. You know what's really interesting? On the first Now You See Me movie, we had to be hung up like in the rafters on a harness. And I normally have a fear of heights, but when I was hung up in the rafters, I was like, I don't have any fear. And I realized it's because I was doing it for a purpose, for the movie. And so then I used to have a fear of needles. So then I thought, well, if I'm doing it for a purpose, maybe I won't have that fear either. And so I started donating blood. And I had no fear of needles anymore. And so one of the things I think about upcoming surgery is like, now that it's for a purpose, it's for some other reason, I have like no hesitation at all.
Are you hoping to meet the recipient after the fact?
Yeah, it could be interesting to meet the recipient as long as they don't want my other kidney.
And so I know you're not part of the upcoming Social Network sequel.
Right.
What are you hoping to see in the Jeremy Strong version?
Oh, he's a wonderful actor. I've worked with him, and he's wonderful, and I'm a fan of the movie now from the audience.
So tell me, working with this amazing cast, there must have been a lot of laughter on set. I know that one of the producers said that it was lightning in a bottle with the chemistry for you guys. Were you just laughing on set all the time?
Yeah, we love each other so much, it's absurd. I think there's also this other weird element, which is just pure luck, that out of like cast of 8, there's no like ego. There's no like weird ego. There's no person who wants to be the center of attention. And it's very unlikely that you should have a group of people who all get into a profession where they want to be the center of attention for some reason based on something lacking in their childhood. And yet here we kind of managed all those egos in a really beautiful way. Yeah, it's unusual. Only after, in retrospect, you realize, oh, that was lucky.
So and I know we talked about magic on set and on camera. Who would be the best magician in your opinion out of the cast, and who would be the best thief?
Something really funny happened, which was Dominic Sessa, who's one of the younger magicians in this movie. He grew up watching the movies, and he assumed we all must be amazing magicians, which we're not. So Dom, before he came to the set in Budapest, trained so hard. So Dom accidentally turned into a great magician. And so, he's probably the best magician, but it was totally by accident. It was because he was watching the movies thinking, these people must be great, I better step up my game.
And my last question, this is the 3rd installment. Can we expect to see a 4th?
I would do anything to be in a 4th Now You See Me. I love these more than anything I get to do. I love other work that I do as well, but this is the only one that makes me have a lot of fun. My other work tends to be just intimate stories of people crying in rooms about things that have happened to them in the past. And so, to me, this is like the treat of my life. If I can get to do one of these every few years, I would feel like it was all of the other, misery and stuff is worth it.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Jesse.
thanks a lot.